Sites is an interesting application. It is a web text editor that can be used to create web pages, wikis, or just about anything you can think of to use it for. You enter text in Sites just like you would on any word processor. Keep in mind that you are actually writing HTML code for the web so that if you hit the return key twice, you are actually creating 4 line spaces. Like the other applications in Google Apps, Sites can also be shared. Let's take a look at the interface called Sites. When you click on Sites from Mail or Documents, you come to the Site screen, which immediately asks you if you want to create a new site. It also gives you the option to look at all sites that have been created by you or sites that have been shared with you. By clicking on the Create New Site button, you are presented with the Create New Site in PennCharter.com window. Here you may choose a template to use to create your site, enter a name for your site, and then you are given the link that others can use to access your site. Should you feel so inclined, there are many themes to choose from to create your site. Once you've made all the major decisions needed to create your site, then click on the button Create Site. It is okay if you want to change the template or theme later on. Manage Sites gives you that option. We will look at Manage Sites a bit later. Now that your site has been started, it is time to create some pages. On the upper right hand of the screen are several buttons. Create Page, which will add a new page to your site. Edit Page allows you to edit your page. And More Actions, which has a variety of options including the ability to share your site and to manage your site. When the Create Page button is chosen, a new window appears that asks for several decisions to be made. The first is what type of page would you like to make? This podcast will only focus on 2 of those choices, Web Page and Start Page. Click on Web Page and give your page a name. This name will appear in the navigation bar on the left side of your site screen. It is recommended that you choose Put Page at the top level, so it is an independent page and not a sub-page of the home page. Once those decisions have been made, click on Create Page. You are now in edit mode with your new web page. Notice that Home is always the first page, and the page looks like any other word processor you have used. Simply click on the empty text box and begin typing. When you are finished, click the Save button in the upper right-hand corner. Another page option you might have chosen is Start Page. The Start Page gives you options to add personal gadgets. Here you can see that Pac-Man and the Weatherbug have been added as gadgets. There are a host of gadgets to choose from. If you are going to use this page, be sure that the gadgets you add are appropriate to the site that you are creating. Here you can see that several pages have been created for the site and are listed in the navigation bar to the left. There is also an option to add attachments to each web page you create and a place for comments that others can leave. By clicking on either Attachments or Comments, windows are presented to allow files to be chosen or the comment to be typed. The menu options for sites are similar and a bit different from documents. Looking at the Insert menu, one can see that anything created in Google Document, Presentation, or Spreadsheet can be directly inserted into Sites. Once a Google Doc has been inserted into the site, any corrections must be made directly to the document through Documents, and not in the Sites window. There is also the ability to insert video to your site as well as creating additional text boxes if needed. The Format menu is similar to what you would find in a web text editor like Dreamweaver, iWork, or Composer. Any changes to heading style should be applied using the Format menu. The Table menu is similar to what you've already seen in Google Docs, and as you look at the Layout menu, there are many different styles to choose from. Start with one, but then change to another until you find exactly what you want. Here is an example of a 2-column layout. Now let's look at the More Actions button in greater detail. Notice there are options for page changes, printing options, and the options to manage the site and share the site. As we look at the Manage Site window, we can see that global changes can be made here, particularly to the site appearance and site settings. By clicking on Site Layout, we see that there is a place to add an image to the top of our site, as well as a place to edit our navigation bar. When you click on Edit under Navigation, you are taken to the Configuration Navigation window. Up to this point, the program has been organizing your pages for you. But let's say that you would like to reorder your pages on the navigation bar. Here is what you would do. First, you would unclick Automatically Organize My Navigation. A new window appears that gives you the option to add pages. Click on Add Pages and you will see the list of pages you have already created. Click on a page you wish to add. Go back and continue clicking on the pages until all are added. Next, you can reorder your pages by clicking on them one at a time and using the arrows to the right to reorder them. When you are finished reordering your pages, click OK, and when you return to your site, you will see that all of your pages are now in the order you wanted them. Going back to the Manage Site window, the sharing feature is found under Site Settings. This feature works just like the sharing feature in Google Docs. Under Site Content is Recent Site Activity. You can see all the changes that have been made to your site and the time it was done. This is quite useful when working in a collaborative group and everyone is contributing to the same site. When you have completed all of your changes in the Manage Sites window, be sure to click on Save Changes before returning to the site. Those are the ins and outs of sites. Time for you to try and create a site of your own. Create several pages, add some text and pictures, create a hyperlink to a website, maybe to YouTube. If you've created a document in Google Docs, try inserting the document. Change up the layout on the page. Fool around with the themes. Try everything and anything you can find, and have fun while doing it. Until our next meeting, have a great day.